Oh, yeah, we're both on.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, Shalom, Makim, Wagwaf. Before we start off, we want to give all the praise, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles of the great millstone who were well, peace and salutations to the whole elect tabernacle of David, scattered through all the four corners of the earth, coming back with another lesson. And the title of the lesson, expect for there to be a miraculous preservation for the Lord's saints. Because there's going to be a deliverance, that the whole world is going to see. But we know that it's going to be very calamitous. It's going to be very troubling. It's going to be very difficult, because we know that, Esau is going to come down, with that great wrath, which he's gearing up right now for. And there's going to have to be divine intervention just to preserve us until the coming of the day of Yahweh Shai and the angels.
Because and on the left hand, it's going to preserve a lot of niggas for the destruction too.
Yeah.
So the thing about it is, the Most High he's playing on their minds to make them think, or to say to be in good case.
Yep.
They think that the Most High is dealing with you. A lot of false prophets out there are going to be preserved too. Okay, but they're not going to have that miraculous deliverance like the elect.
Now let's, if I could put it into to these type of perspective, there's a lot of people that are going to die from just getting shot, that die from starvation, that die from a knife fight, fighting over the last piece of bread or whatever, right? But the Lord is going to preserve his saints through all those perils. Okay, whatever situations arise, he's going to continue to preserve us with miraculous deeds.
Yep.
Okay, and through those miraculous deeds, because he did them all throughout the Bible. They're all over the Bible, where he did miraculous deeds for his saints, for the men of the Lord, to continue the ministry, to continue prophesying and so on and so forth.
Look at Paul. Paul was stoned to death, but it wasn't his time.
Yep.
And the Most High preserved it.
That was a miracle.
Yeah.
Yeah. To start it off real quick, I want to start with this right here. This is 1 Peter 1, and I'm going to start at verse 3, but the point is at verse 5. It says, "Blessed be the Most High, the Father of our Lord Yahweh Shai Mashiach, which according to his abundant mercy hath begotten to his abundant mercy, Slakia, which according to his abundant mercy hath begotten us again unto his lively hope by the resurrection of Yahweh Shai Mashiach from the dead, to an inheritance incorruptible and undefiled, and that fadeth not away, reserved in heaven for you, who are kept by the power of the Most High through faith unto salvation, ready to be revealed in the last time."
That's right.
So that means that ultimately we're going to be kept by the power of the Most High through faith.
Yep.
All right. So the Heavenly Father, he's going to give you a chance to be shown that he is, and that you do need him. But he has to see that faith.
That's right. Without faith, it's impossible to please the Most High.
Exactly.
I got something.
And there's gonna be situations that's gonna take place, and according to the flesh, you might think that you might not be able to make it through it, but the Lord is gonna make a way for his saints to be delivered out of all their afflictions, man. It tells you that in Psalms, the 34th chapter.
Right.
Okay, and part of the inspiration of this lesson was, I think it was like maybe 3 days ago, you had the elder Manat Zagba, he had one live, and I think the name of the lesson was they think that the world is not gonna end.
Yeah,
talking about Esau's world, this kingdom.
Yeah.
But we know that this world has an end, and the fact that it's ending, Esau, he's getting more restless.
Yep.
He's getting more angry. He's that wrath is starting to stir up, because he know that he's losing his power. It's starting to slip through his fingertips.
And what would the devil do? The whipping stick do? What would the hammer of the earth do?
Exactly.
He'd hammer. He's gonna keep
Exactly.
nailing shit, you know. So his natural reaction is to want to slay something.
He's gonna be trying to hammer even harder now in these last days.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
You think about all these things that Jacob went through in this country, nothing compares to what Esau's about to bring.
Oh no.
Come,
You know?
Exactly.
So
We're gonna need miracles
yeah,
to preserve us through this. Hey, because believe it or not, it seems like this whole Hebrew Israelite thing is just getting a little bit of notoriety. But deep down, Esau hates this, man.
Mhm.
He wants to raise up against this so bad, but the Most High is not allowing him yet.
Because this thing about this Israelite, what they call Israelite thing, but
Right.
it hasn't stopped. It's getting stronger.
Yeah.
And Esau's used to, these Black Panther groups. They just, leveling out, and no, this is not. This is getting. It's gaining more popularity.
Right. Yeah, he wants to put a stop to anything that he can't infiltrate.
Yeah.
And it just so happened that this ministry, it can't be infiltrated. You can infiltrate groups, certain Israelite camps, but this truth and the message, you can't infiltrate that.
Those ones that have the real spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai,
Yeah.
like you said, they can't be infiltrated. They can't be bought.
Mhm.
The other guys in the other Israelite camps, they clearly could be bought. You got Jakes out there talking about take a jab.
Mhm.
I got something.
So go ahead, bro.
Second Esdras chapter 16. I'm gonna start by 68. For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you.
Hey, what is that going into? That great flood.
Yep.
But when the enemy shall come in like a great flood, then
I got it.
the Lord can't. And to tie it back in, not the Zakba, he was making a point on how when this moment comes, expect for the Lord to do something that the world hasn't seen, man.
That's right.
And and one of the things that came up was that the Lord can have it to where an angel can come, and right when the enemy is coming for you, he can lift you up, man.
That's right.
And that's alluding to teleportation.
That's right.
And that's all through the scriptures.
Man, I mean, it's commonplace in the scriptures. That's
all. It's all in the scriptures, man. And that's why the brothers. I don't know if you get it, but basically the Lord said what's impossible with men is possible.
I got it in two spots actually. Then I'll go back. This one is in Matthew 19, verse 26. It says, "But Yahushua beheld them and said unto them, with men this is impossible, but with the Most High all things are possible."
So what men would be considered science fiction, they think it's just a sci-fi film. No, with the Heavenly Father, anything is possible. He could do all things, man. The Lord, he's the Father of spirits. He can manipulate elements. He can do what he wants with his creation. So you can't limit the power of the Most High. Right. And that's we got to remember that, man.
Right.
We can't limit his power, man.
Yeah, and that's my fault.
Like Esau, look how much power the Lord allowed him to have.
Right.
You think the Lord's gonna give all that power to him, the devil, but he's gonna leave his saints hanging like that? Man?
What he gave Esau is minute compared to what he's going to give his elect.
It's only based in the carnal realm. It's not based in the spiritual realm, which we're crossing over into. We're going to be in the extraterrestrial, which is a place greater than the physical and the celestial. It's going to be a mixture of both.
Yeah, when we get our new bodies.
We get the new bodies. So why would he not use something from either one, or should I say both of those sides, to deliver us, where people it'll be divine intervention. So is that the one? I got another place where it said the same thing. Real quick, Luke 18 and 27, and he said, "The things which are impossible with men are possible with the Most High." And it's the same occasion he said it, accounted by two different witnesses. Okay, one being Matthew, one being Luke.
And these things are all possible through faith in the Spirit of the Most High Yahweh Shem Shai.
Yeah. And up to that point, the Most High is going to be building your faith. Exactly. You going through things. You may get delivered from something, but nothing miraculous is what the Heavenly Father is going to bring once that time comes when He does things like you said, teleportation. Have angels take out a bunch of Edomite cops or troops or whatever.
Yep.
These things, these things may sound far-fetched, but they're going to happen. The Heavenly Father is a man of His word. I have that in Isaiah 59 and 19. So shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west, and His glory from the rising of the sun. when the enemy shall come in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against him.
Exactly. Exactly. And the Lord's in that moment, he's going to show you that Esau, he's just
Like the scripture,
he's just flesh. He's just flesh and ash. You know, he's just earth and ash. He's just a man.
He's just a man. Yep.
You know?
Hey,
Hey,
the man that did shake kingdom,
Con.
he's gonna get made look like a stepchild.
Yeah.
Con. Matter of fact, Elder Yashawamba Shalom, he had posted Isaiah 31:3. Hey, he posting it up. That's a spirit. Isaiah 31:3 says, "Now the Egyptians are men and not the Most High, and their horses flesh and not spirit. When the Lord shall..."
How do the chariots move? They move by spirit.
Con.
Okay, so how do you compete with that? You got it, bro.
Yep. It says, "In their horses flesh and not spirit. When the Lord shall stretch out his hand, both he that helpeth shall fall, and he that is hoping shall fall down, and they shall fell together." Con. You know, hey, and see the power that the angels have, that's from the heavens.
Yeah.
But what Esau has is from the heavens as well in the left hand. But the Lord controls both sides. The Lord can turn down the left hand and exalt his right hand easily. So Esau, his power is definitely limited.
Right.
Hey, man made his chariots, all his technology, his weaponry, his tanks, his drones, his androids, the little what's them little robot dogs that they got now. You can see that on Boston Dynamics. Man made that. Man didn't create the chariots.
Yeah. Man controls that things also. Man can't control the things that the Most High can control.
To Esau, he can create things to try to mimic what the Lord is doing.
Yeah.
But it's never at its fullest strength or capacity. It's always something that can go wrong if man is behind it. But if it be of the Most High, it doesn't fail.
It was something. It was Bill Gates or Elon Musk. I was reading or watching. I forgot which it was, but they were saying how that's the only. It was Bill Gates. He said the only problem with AI or the robotics is the fact that you still need human interaction.
Mm-hmm.
You still gotta trust in a human to program it. You still need a human to operate it, to repair it. You know, it doesn't fix it itself.
That's
It
it.
doesn't self-heal, so to speak.
That's right.
If I may go back into this, 2nd Ezra 16 and 68, it says, "For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you and feed you, being idle with things offered unto idols. And they that consent unto them shall be had."
They're gonna sit you idle. I mean, they're gonna put you in a location where you're idle. So that's talking about like a detention center, a quarantine, FEMA camp.
What is it? Solitary confinement.
And that's where they can try to interrogate you, and try to torture you, to persuade you, or to get you to denounce whatever God you serve. Are you gonna get down with the New World Order? Or are you gonna take this chip? Or are you gonna take the jab? Like which that's basically that moment. That's basically the trial of your faith moment. Right there, man. Just like Eleazar, the priest went through, the 7 Maccabees brothers and their mother, what they went through. We are going to be faced in in a similar fashion. We're going to have these kind of moments.
For our learning. So we would be as and it said it in the Maccabees actually, but it said that they would leave an example unto men that would follow after those great works.
Exactly.
We were going to need those works, man. Because you holding your faith and holding strong may preserve you to another moment, like they when they were broken to the jail. And broke was that Peter? Yeah, they broke Peter out. Peter said, we'll just wait till after the Passover is over, And they just waited for that, but that was the space needed in time for the angel to go to work to break him out. A little more on it. It says, verse 69, "And they that consented to them shall be had in derision and in reproach and trodden underfoot. For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord." Not just man versus man, 2/3 and Edomites going heads, but people rising up against the men of the Lord. There's an insurrection against the men of the Lord coming. So how are we supposed to be delivered from that moment? Right?
Yeah, because what are they talking about now? They're trying to figure out war tactics to use to go
against
what they call domestic terrorists.
Yeah.
And you already know we in that category.
They put conspiracy theorists on that terrorist list.
We at the top of that list.
Project Mojito.
Yeah, they're gonna put white supremacist groups up there, and these these left or right groups or whatever. But we've been at the top of that list. It was created for the Israelites, because all those other groups Esau can control. Esau can infiltrate. Esau can Esau can control. Esau can take out the KKK and all these groups like that.
He got agents in all of these groups.
Yeah,
the leader of the Proud Boys. He got found out to be an informant.
Yeah.
One of the leaders of Latin Kings. He came out and admitted on a Zoom call that he's an informant.
Yeah,
all
of them. Even that's a spirit, because that movie with the Black Panther, Judas. He was an informant. This is of the Most High. It can't be, like we were going into earlier, it can't be infiltrated. It can't be controlled by Esau.
What's really spiritual about it is when Yahushua said, don't worry about what you're going to speak in that moment. So there's no script that you can prepare for Esau. The Most High going to put in us in the moment. When we roll on us, what we need to say.
There's no game plan. There's no film. There's nothing you can reference.
No blueprint that you can go off of, right? A little bit more. It says, verse 71, they shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as gold in the fire. Hear, O ye my beloved, saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same. Be ye not afraid, neither doubt, for the Most High is your God. Hey, so how's he going to do that? How's he going to make that true? He said they're going to come in like a flood. They're going to spoil and destroy the houses of those that fear the Lord, great insurrection against those that fear the Lord. But how are you going to be delivered from that? Well, miraculously. It's not just going to be like he's going to leave the back door open. Nobody not going to cover the back door. You can run out the back, but they're coming in the front door. Nah, man, ain't going to be nothing simple like that. You be in the house, they got your phone location device, got you in the house. They get in the house and you ain't even in there.
Right.
But you were in there. Right. They got you on body heat, but they can't find you. Right. This is human. This is a man's mind trying to figure this out.
Yeah,
we don't know possibly what the Most High can do,
because we're not going to deliver ourselves by our own strength. We're just in the flesh. That's why we need to depend on the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai. You got simple, silly Israelites that think that all they got to do is just do some push-ups, get them some guns, go train in the
martial arts,
take a self-defense class,
and go to the gun range or whatever, and they're prepared. No, that's not going to work that way.
You do it will benefit you a lot more to build your faith up. Through wisdom.
God, that's it.
I had something.
I'm done.
This is Psalms 31 and 23. Oh love the Lord, all ye his saints, for the Lord preserveth the faithful, and plentifully rewardeth the proud doer. Be of good courage, and he shall strengthen your heart, all ye that hope in the Lord.
What did it say? Now wisdom and knowledge should be the stability of that time, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. If you're adding that into how to get through these days that carnally or physically you can't defeat Esau with, how are you supposed to do that? The Most High is going to have to step into another and take you out of natural physics into something miraculous.
Yeah, because he's going to hear the cry of the righteous, man.
That's right.
That their prayers are going to reach through the clouds and enter into his ears, man.
He says that.
He's going to hear our cries and he's going to just deliver us, man. Whatever trouble that we're facing, But hey, because we sometimes get caught up in brothers is going to die,
right?
But that's not the case for majority of the elect. Most of the elect are going to make it. They just the Lord is just going to use his power to preserve them to that deliverance.
Right.
Some brothers going to die just for the purpose of dying that honorable death, being a sacrifice to Yahweh Shem Shai.
That may be part of that.
And that's precious to the Lord. You know,
they're gonna be raised up first.
But you're gonna have brothers brothers and sisters that's gonna be alive, and you know they're gonna be, the Lord's gonna preserve them.
Right.
All right.
That was it. That was it.
Yeah. So this is Psalms 34, and verse 15. It says, "The eyes of the Lord are upon the righteous, and his ears are open unto their cry. The face of the Lord is against them that do evil, to cut off the remembrance of them from the earth. The righteous cry, and the Lord heareth, and delivereth them out of all their troubles." It says, "The Lord is nigh unto them that are of a broken heart, and saveth such as be of a contrite spirit." And you know, the Lord has it to where, you know, we're humbled down, we're broken, because we're captive exiles.
That's right.
Yeah. Hasten to be loose. You know, so our spirits that, you know, we've been wearing down by the enemy. You know, it tells you that in Daniel, he shall wear out the saints of the Most High. So, you know, we're at this point where we're broken, and we want, you know, the Lord to finally come back and take us up out of here.
Hey, we're through. We got nothing. We got nothing, man. We got no physical defense against what's coming. Okay, but we have a mighty power and his spiritual defense. Their spiritual defense, shall I say? Okay, this is all we got. There's no other. Understand, this was the hardest part when I woke up. Was understanding I have no options. This man has everything covered. Yeah. The only way out is through the Most High.
That's it.
You know,
like Steve Harvey said, there's more than one way into heaven.
No,
nah, bro. There's only one way through this, man.
Yeah, if you pick the wrong way, you fucked up.
Yeah, right, straight up. Last verse. It says, verse 19. It says, "Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but the Lord delivereth him out of them all."
But he delivered them out of them all. How else is he supposed to preserve his saints unto that mighty deliverance?
And we have this the history right here in the scriptures,
right? And the prophets
from the miraculous deliverance out of Egypt. You know, everything that transpired even after the fact. You know, so much didn't happen, man. Daniel and the lion's den, the three holy children, in the fiery furnace. You know, and even address the point, going back to what Elder Menachem said in that live stream. Hey, brothers, the Lord can take you like right when these devils is marching straight to your doorstep. You know, there's drones and helicopters and all kind of shit outside.
Where it seems like ain't no way out.
And they bust your door open and find that shit vacant.
Yeah.
You was just in there, but all of a sudden,
they know you in there because they got the thermal cameras.
Yeah, they see you and all that. Yeah. But you know, hey, the Most High can do that, man. But see, that's why you gotta have that faith. You know, hey, was it King David that when he was in the midst of battle, he was in the midst of war, and then it was so many troops. You know, he kind of got overwhelmed. So the Lord it's like the Lord came over and intervened for a bit. I think it's in 2 Samuel. I think like the 22nd chapter. But basically, the Lord sent a chariot to basically swoop them up because they was closing in on him. I think it's 2 Samuel 12.
12 chapter.
Yeah, I mean 2 Samuel 22.
22.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got it. This is 2 Samuel 22 and 5. "When the waves of death compassed me, the floods of the ungodly men made me afraid. The sorrows of hell compassed me about. The snares of death prevented me. In my distress, I called upon the Lord Yahweh and cried unto my power, and he did hear my voice out of his temple, and my cry did enter into his ears. Then the earth shook and trembled. The foundation of heavens moved and shook because he was wroth. When there went up a smoke out of his nostrils, and a fire out of his mouth devoured. Coals were kindled by it. He bowed the heavens also and came down."
And read all the way down to verse 18.
18.
Yeah.
"He bowed the heavens also and came down, and darkness was under his feet. And he rolled up rode up upon a cherubim and did fly, and he was seen upon the wings of the wind.
Yep.
And he made darkness pavilions round about him, dark waters and thick clouds of the skies.
It was a chariot, man, covering the blotting out the sun.
Therefore, the brightness before him were coals of fire kindled. The Lord thundered from heaven, and the Most High uttered his voice.
Hey, seeing a so-called UFO is a miracle in itself. And then whom it will be helping, the chariots will be helping, will be the men of the Lord, the righteous, you know.
Because everyone's going to be wondering who, you know,
what are they here for?
What are they here for? They're going to think that they're not here for people, humans on earth, when they're going to be actually for the elect, you know. Okay.
And this is when David was in battle. Imagine these heathens, you know, these Philistines or whoever he was fighting with. Imagine them seeing that while they're, you know, thinking that they about to kill King David, and out of nowhere, a chariot come down, and then a bunch of thundering and lightning and earthquake happening and stuff, man. They have to know that, man. This ain't no ordinary dude right here.
Why would you continue to fight?
Yeah.
All right. It says, and he sent out arrows and scattered them, lightning and discomfort them. And the channels of the sea appeared. The foundation of the world were discovered, and the rebuking of the Lord at the blast of the breath of his nostrils.
He sends out that chariot.
He sent from above, and he took me and drew me out of many waters. He delivered me from my strong enemies and from them that hated me, for they were too strong for me. Go ahead.
So what is that describing? What did it mean by he sent from above and he took me?
Yeah, right.
You know?
Yeah.
Man, that the Lord basically took David up into the ship, man.
Yeah.
They saw David go up in that ship.
And the Most High did that for a reason. Because he could have put the spirit on David to defeat those Philistines, whoever he was fighting, but he wanted David to call upon him to show his power. You know? That's what the Most High wants us to do when we're in our time of trouble, to call on him.
Hey, this was a rare moment where a man of war, a warrior, was showing vulnerability. And this was the perfect moment for the Lord to step in and show his power, his might.
He was showing he was being meek, he was being humble. He was like, hey, I'm as great as I am, the greatest warrior, I can't do this on my own. The Lord help me. Yahweh help me.
Proving that it's not a carnal battle, but a spiritual battle. So that's why in those wars with David, as long as we were got the okay basically from the prophet, that Yahweh Bashim Shah was with it, that we would be all right, that we would get victory. That was it on that?
That was the last verse.
Verse 19. They prevented me in the day of my calamity, but the Lord was my stay.
That's it. That's our stay. That's who we're gonna trust in.
Who was that Paul that wrote that? Who shall separate us from the Most High? Well, then he named, and death was on the list. And the point of that list was nothing. Nothing will separate us from the Most High. I got this in Romans 9 real quick. Romans 9:22. It said, "What if the Most High, willing to show His wrath and to make His power known, endure with much long suffering the vessels of wrath fitted to destruction?" Okay, it was funny. He controls them in the first place, but he had long suffering toward them so they could perform a certain level of wrath. But they were still the vessels fit for destruction. When he would show his ultimate wrath, right? And it says, and that he might make known the riches of his glory on the vessels of mercy, which he had afore prepared unto glory. So he would miraculously preserve those those vessels of mercy unto glory.
I looked up that word "stay" in 2 Samuel 22:19, and it's mishin, support, staff. And I go to the root word is shayan, which means to lean on, trust in, support. You know, trust in God.
It's like, I mean, But verses when we bring out Isaiah 36, when you lean upon Egypt, which was that broken reed, and it pierced you.
Yeah.
This you lean on this, and you're safe.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why in was that Isaiah 10 where it says go to it right now. Isaiah 10 in verse 20, and it says, and it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel and such as are escaped of the house of Israel shall no more again stay upon him that smote them, but shall stay upon the Lord, the Holy One of Israel in truth.
Beautiful.
You know?
Yeah, and that's clearly what you said. Jake depended on Egypt, depending on Babylon to protect them, you know, and not the Heavenly Father.
Hey, perfect example. They're staying upon this beast, this devil.
Yeah.
They're trusting in his witchcraft.
His
Former kids.
Yep.
So they're staying upon him who's smiting them, because it's leading to them dying. They dropping dead left and right.
And the more people dying, the more it's okay for us to take it.
Yeah.
Oh, it ain't been the ratio ain't looking good enough for me to want to even consider it if I was in the world. Which, you know, we know through the scriptures you're not supposed to prick your flesh like that with anything. But even if I was of the world, ain't no way a reasonable thinking person would possibly take this thing with all these people dropping dead.
Mm-hmm.
Just because when there's more doses and then you need more, but it may not work, you can get it anyway.
It's
The science ain't adding up for that thing.
It's 80% effective. It's not 90% effective.
Right.
Yeah, that's an example, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But we're gonna stay upon the Holy One, Yahweh Shem Shai.
Right.
All right. The Lord heals men. You know, healing come from Yahweh Shem Shai. So that's what we're gonna stay upon.
Yep.
All right. But that was the point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was it on the 2 Samuel, right?
Yeah, that was it.
That was it. You had something?
In 1 Kings.
Oh yeah, the one with Elisha.
Yep.
Or Elijah.
1 Kings 18. And
you can start like maybe 7.
Yeah, that's one
6.
for you, right.
Just to give it context.
I'll start at 7. Yeah, it says, and as Obadiah was in the way, behold, Elijah met him, and he knew him and fell on his face and said, art thou that my Lord Elijah? And he answered him, I am. Go tell the Lord, behold, Elijah is here.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't the Heavenly Father, that was lowercase Lord. Okay, it says, and he said, what have I sinned, that thou wouldest deliver thy servant out of the hand of Ahab to slay me?
Mm-hmm.
As the Lord Yahweh
present him to King Ahab.
Yep.
That Ahab was looking for.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yep.
Go ahead.
It said to slay me, right? It says, as the Lord Yahweh thy power liveth, there is no nation or kingdom whether my Lord have not sent to seek thee. And when they said he is not there, he took an oath of the kingdom and nation that they found thee not.
Mm-hmm.
And now thou sayest, go tell thy Lord, behold, Elijah is here, and it shall come to pass as soon as I am gone from thee, that the Spirit of the Lord Yahweh shall carry thee whither I know not.
Whoa.
Shall carry thee whither how do you not know when you see the man leave in a certain direction? You kind of know what's that direction.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the Spirit was going to take him out of his sight in such a fast manner, you wouldn't know which way he went, especially if he went up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
But that's alluding to what? Teleportation.
That's right.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
And that's the Lord can do that. He can take you and put you in a whole nother location instantaneously.
Yep.
You know? So that's just, you know, these things are written for our hope. You know, we read these things and we, you know, what does the word hope mean? It means to expect. And are we not saved by hope?
Mm-hmm.
You see? So that's just, you know, one example. Get the one in I think it's in 2 Kings. 2 Kings, the second chapter.
It was like see. It was toward the bottom of the chapter, I believe.
2 Kings 2 and Let me see.
Was it Elijah?
Elisha. It was right after Elijah went up. Start at verse. You can start at like
12.
Start at like 11.
11.
Yeah, you start. Yeah.
This is 2 Kings 2:11. And it came to pass as they went on and talked, and behold, there appeared a chariot of fire and horses of fire, and parted them both asunder. And Elijah went up by a whirlwind into heaven.
Mm-hmm.
And Elisha saw it, and he cried, my father, the chariot of Israel, and the horsemen thereof.
Mm-hmm.
And he saw him no more, and he took hold of his own clothes and rent them in two pieces.
Yep.
He took up also a mantle of Elijah and fell from him and went back and stood by the bank of Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
And he took the mantle of Elijah and fell from him and smote the waters and said, where is the Lord power of Elijah? And when he had also smitten the waters, they parted hither and thither. Elisha went over.
That's power.
Yeah.
That's spiritual power right there, man.
Which made my mind go right to what Moses did.
Mm-hmm.
When he did he hit the staff with it?
Yeah,
he hit the water with the staff,
mm-hmm.
and it parted the waters there enough for the children, because the children of Israel coming out of Egypt, they were through at the banks of the Red Sea.
Yep.
Okay, so when he hit the staff in the water and it parted, it was just enough for the children of Israel to make it through. And then when the Egyptian came, the water came and swallowed them over.
Yep.
That's a deliverance, man. That's a miraculous deliverance.
Yep.
You know, expect though. It said it should be said no more that the children were delivered from the land of Egypt, but the children were delivered from the land of the north.
Mm-hmm.
So how much greater the deliverance? Well, we know how mighty and great that deliverance was out of Egypt. We read about it. So how much more this one?
Yeah, there's deliverance when Yahushua comes and get his elect. It's going to eclipse.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to succeed the Egyptian Exodus deliverance.
That's right.
You know. Keep going. Yeah, keep going.
And when the sons and when he had also smitten the waters, they parted hither and thither, and Elisha went over. And when the sons of the prophets, which were to view at Jericho, saw him, they said, the spirit of Elijah doeth rest on Elisha. Mm-hmm. And they came to meet him and bowed themselves to the ground before him. And they said unto him, behold, now there be with thy servants 50 strong men. Let them go, we pray thee, and seek thy master, lest peradventure the spirit of the Lord have taken him up.
Mm.
Yeah.
Lest the spirit of the Lord have taken him up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know, that's alluding to what? The Lord can take you up and then, you know, remove you to another location somewhere, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, with the quickness. Keep going. So it says, cast him upon a mountain.
Cast him up upon some mountain or into some valley. And he said, ye shall not sin. And when they urged,
that was the point.
Okay.
What I want to do is I want to read that same verse in a different version. Where is it at? I'm gonna read the NLT and I'll read the NIV. It says, "Sir," they said, "just say the word, and 50 of our strongest men will search the wilderness for your master. Perhaps the spirit of the Lord has left him on some mountain or in some valley." No, Elisha said, "Don't send them." And in the NIV it says, "Look," they said, we your servants have 50 able men. Let them go and look for your master. Perhaps the spirit of the Lord has picked him up and set him down on some mountain or in some valley."
How you get picked up and set down on a mountain?
Mm-hmm.
What is doing that? You know,
mm-hmm.
Only something miraculous, man.
Can't. You know, so hey, these are just examples that we've gone through in the scriptures.
I gotta know.
You know, these are just scenarios that could possibly happen, man. Just to keep some of his men and women preserved.
Right.
But when the enemy roll up on us or whatever, it's a possibility. It's not far fetched. All right, you can't limit the power of the Most High. You know, the apostles, the prophets, they experience spirit traveling, teleporting.
Yep.
You know, astral projection, which is
Yep.
spirit traveling.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
the Lord allow for these type of things to happen. It will put you in a whole nother region somewhere, but in the spirit, to show you things, show you visions and stuff like that. Yeah, the Lord did that, man.
I have a couple more teleportations though.
I got one too.
You got the one in Ezekiel 8?
No. I got Genesis with a lot.
Oh yeah, that's the one.
I got one. I got
Get
one.
Ezekiel 8 too.
Let me hit this one with a lot real quick. This is Genesis 19. I'm gonna start at verse 15. It says, "And when the morning arose, then the angels hastened Lot, saying, Arise, take thy wife and thy 2 daughters, which are here, lest thou be consumed in the iniquity of the city." Trouble ahead, right? Need to be delivered. It says, "And while he lingered, the men laid hold upon his hand, and upon the hand of his wife, and upon the hand of his 2 daughters, the Lord being merciful unto him, and they were brought him forth and set him without the city." They didn't even walk him out. Okay,
Right.
They didn't say let's hold hands all the way out the city. No, they put him there.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. That was the point. Actually, no,
I'll
read this right quick. It said, "And it came pass when they had brought forth, brought them forth abroad,
Top.
and he said, Escape for thy life, look not behind thee, neither stay thou in all the plain, escape to the mountain, lest thou be consumed," which was the point in 16 about set them outside the city. You said
Ezekiel 8.
This is
Start at the top.
Ezekiel 8:1. "And it came to pass in the 6th year, the 6th month, in the 5th day of the month, as I sat in my house, and the elders of Judah sat before me, that the hand of the Lord fell there upon me. Then I beheld, and lo,"
He was seeing a vision of the wickedness of Jerusalem. What was going on in Jerusalem at the time. Jake was wicked as hell, man.
and this precept with Acts 10.
You know, when Peter saw that, he had that vision.
Exactly. Then beheld, and lo, the likeness as the appearance of fire, from the appearance of his loins, even downward fire, and from his loins even upward, as the appearance of brightness, as the colors of amber.
Just describing the glory of the Most High. Go ahead.
"And he put forth the form of a hand, and took me by a lock of my head."
Form of a hand.
Yep.
You got it up.
"And the Spirit lifted me up between the earth and the heaven."
That's cool. That's what you call spirit traveling.
Yeah.
You know, he took his spirit.
Like he was like a little Lego man. Like,
Man, he just come over here. I want you to see something.
Yeah.
You know.
Did in Ebenezer Scrooge.
Yeah.
You know, go see the past, present, and future.
Yep.
Yeah.
"And brought me in the vision of the Most High to Jerusalem, to the door of the inner gate that looketh toward the north, where was the seat of the image of jealousy, which provoked to jealousy. And behold, the Lord looks like it. Behold, the glory of the power of Israel was there, according to the vision that I saw in the plain."
Real quick, let me go to that same verse, and I want to read it in the NLT. And it says, "He reached out what seemed to be a hand and took me by the hair. Then the Spirit lifted me up into the sky and transported me to Jerusalem in a vision from the Most High."
So we can't limit the power of the Most High. We have to expect these miraculous.
Yeah.
Hey, some of us have already had situations that were supposed to be detrimental, okay, and then called on the name of the Lord, whether in spirit or verbally, and somehow it's still on earth today, living through it. You know, so this isn't even the time of Jacob's trouble where it's really bad out there. When it get really bad, we have to expect these miracles to happen also. But you have to. That's why we talk about a spiritual bank account. You got to have enough to charge that on your account.
Yeah.
You know, so you got to rehearse these righteous acts. You know, to get that money up.
Yeah. You don't want to get to the end
and come up short, run out of oil in your lamp. You know.
It says, I was taken to the north gate of the inner courtyard of the temple, where there was a large idol that has made the Lord very jealous. Mm-hmm. So that was the point.
I had the account in Acts, the 8th chapter.
Then with Philip.
Yeah, with Philip.
Yeah.
I'll just start at I'll just try to get through it real quick because it's long.
Yeah.
Then Philip opened his mouth and began.
Start
at 35.
Okay.
Then Philip opened his mouth and began that same scripture and preached unto him Yahushua. He's speaking to the Ethiopian eunuch that was in his chariot.
Yep.
And as they went out on their way, they came unto a certain water, and the eunuch said, See here is water. What doeth hinder me to be baptized? And Philip said, If thou believest with all thy heart, thou mayest. And he answered and said, I believe that Yahushua Mashiach is the Son of the Most High. And he commanded the chariot to stand still, and they went down both into the water, both Philip and the eunuch, and he baptized.
So he's, as this is happening, he's like, he sees him in the water with him.
Yeah.
So he's, he's basically turn around, brother.
If you want to, if you want to go to water,
let's go in there.
Yeah,
And then he was gonna basically, take like you see the damn Christians be doing. Yeah. He took them in that water, and then he, came down in the water with them.
Yeah.
But watch what happens.
But watch what happens.
Yep.
Okay. And they went down both into the water.
Yep.
Both Philip and the eunuch, and he baptized him. And when they were come up out of the water, the Spirit of the Lord caught away Philip, that the eunuch saw him no more, and he went on his way rejoicing. But
so the moment he came up out of the water, he no longer seen Philip. He was just there.
Yeah.
Ain't no way in hell if there was nothing miraculous that happened, he would have just disappeared.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was touching him. He was, he
had him down. So the moment he came back up, dude's gone.
And goes. It goes.
And they don't make big deal about how the eunuch dealt. He just came out rejoicing like, oh, that was
all right. That was the spirit. That was the spirit of the Lord.
The Heavenly Father's power that did that for him.
But Philip was found in Azotus, and passing through, he preached in all the cities till he came to Caesarea.
He was already found in a whole nother town somewhere.
I looked it up, and that is about 34 miles away.
Yeah,
from where he was.
Wow.
Yeah, and there was no
30
bullet trains.
Yeah.
What could have got you there? Nothing to could have got you there.
Yeah, 34 miles away, like that, with an incident.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
This one.
What about the account with Yahushua? You go.
No, I was looking for it. You had the one with Habakkuk.
When they were going to try the kingdom, not kingdom.
Not that one. That's another one. But it was one when they was
trying to kill him.
They boarded the ship, and they ended up selling it.
Oh yeah.
And then he wasn't with him.
He wasn't with
him. He
him.
came walking off from the water.
Yeah.
Let me get this one while y'all find out. This is Bella and the Dragon. Verse 33, it says, Now there were in Jewry a prophet called Habakkuk, who had made pottage and had broken bread in a bowl and was going into the field to bring it to the reapers. But the angel of the Lord said unto Habakkuk, Go, carry the dinner that Daniel, that thou hast in Babylon unto Daniel, who was in the house, who was in the lion's den. And Habakkuk said, Lord, I never saw Babylon, neither do I know where the den is. Then the angel of the Lord took him by the crown and bare him by the hair of his head.
Just like we just read in Ezekiel, he did the same thing with Ezekiel.
Yep.
An angel might be a little rough. It might be a little uncomfortable,
right?
But hey, but hey, come on. You know,
Yeah.
the angels are rough like that, man.
That's right.
Like when the angel came and I think he socked Paul in the chest, and the chains fell off him.
Come on.
It said, and buried him by the hair of his head, and through the vehemency of his spirit.
That's masculinity right there.
Vehemency, yeah.
You know?
You can't be offended by that love tap.
Now the Lord might get you out of a situation, but it might be where something rough like that might have to happen.
Yeah.
Just like getting you out of the way of a bus.
Yeah.
Like on that scene in Do It Right Thing.
Yeah.
When Ozzie Davis got the kid out of the way from that car.
In the car.
Yeah, you know.
Yep.
Something like that.
Tackled him.
Yeah.
Scraped his knee up. My knee's crying.
The Lord might, scuff you up, just try to get you out of a situation, man.
Mm-hmm.
You never know, man.
Yep. It says, and through the vehemency of his spirit, set him in Babylon over the den. And Habakkuk cried, saying, "O Daniel, Daniel, take the dinner which the Most High has sent thee." And Daniel said, "Thou hast remembered me, O power Yahweh, neither hast thou forsaken them that seek thee and love thee." Hey, so he wasn't just talking about himself. He talked about the Most High won't forsake anyone. As it says in Sirach, the second chapter, who have trusted in the Lord, and he have been forsaken.
Yeah.
The Lord don't leave you out there like that. It says, it says, so Daniel arose and did eat, and the angel of the Lord set Habakkuk in his own place again immediately. So it takes time to travel, but when you say immediately, that's now. Boom, you're there. It's teleportation, man.
Yeah.
That's one of the many powers the Most High has. Look how many accounts we even brought out.
We're talking about just one.
How would you have doubt?
Yeah.
That this could happen, let alone preserve you. Hey, if he has the power to preserve you from death, and the last enemy that shall be overcome is death, why would we fear any other situation? Why would we believe in any situation that the Most High could preserve us with?
Reading the beginning of this, when Yahweh Shai rebuked the sea, people don't realize. If you ever been on a boat, and for it to get bumpy and shaky to all of a sudden be still, that's heavenly power, and things like that
come from right on the boat. It was ways out before it.
So,
you and John
6 and 22, or
no. Start at verse 13. No. Because it was going into when he did the miracle, when he flipped those baskets bread and he turned those loaves those loaves of bread and those few fish.
Yeah.
And he flipped them. Start at verse 10.
This is John 6 and 10. And Yahweh Shai make the men sit down. And Yahweh Shai said, "Make the men sit down." Now there was much grass in the place, so the men sat down in number about 5,000. And Yahweh Shai took the loaves, and when he had given thanks, he distributed to the disciples, and the disciples to them that were set down, and likewise of the fishes as much as they would. When they were filled, he said unto his disciples, "Gather up the fragments that remain, that nothing be lost." Therefore they granted them together, and filled 12 baskets with the fragments of the five barley loaves, which remained over and above unto them that had eaten.
So they saw this and was like, "Yo, he's not an ordinary dude.
Yeah.
This man got to be a prophet or something." And yes, he literally did this. This was not spiritually speaking. This is not figurative, like one body in Yahweh Shai tried to say.
This is not fiction. This is happening.
This is for real.
Yeah.
And it takes faith to believe that because Jake, they'll be like, "Man, y'all read, this is a fairy tale to Jake."
Yeah.
Jake don't, they're so low level, man. You know, but the Lord hid himself from Jake for so long.
Yeah, if I could.
That's why Jake don't want to believe it, you know.
I just want to throw this in. Our people have been beat down to such a level that we don't believe that miracles can happen for us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We've been because you know we try to do the right thing. You know, for so long is what we understand according to the world. Try to do the right thing for so long, and no matter what, things just didn't turn out right. When we needed divine intervention in a miracle, things didn't turn out right. But there were situations that were there from the Most High. Well, in this time coming, we have to expect to have earned these miracles to happen unto us, and that they will happen to the level of expectation. You got it?
Verse 14. Then those men, when they had seen the miracle that Yahushua did, said, "This is of a truth that the prophet that prophet that should come into the world." When Yahushua therefore perceived that they would come and take him by force to make him a king, he departed again into a mountain himself alone.
Hey, but just notice how that, like, right when they were trying to put, you know, a crown on him, he immediately was gone. He ended up on a mountain somewhere somewhere solitary.
And they said they were on the grass. They were in the plain. So you know,
so how you get up?
How you get there? So into a mountain so fast.
You got to be able to extrapolate and really visualize these things. Hey, and it's not too far fetched. It's in a bunch of movies, man. This type of thing is in a bunch of movies. The movie Jumper with Hayden Christensen is a good one if you want to see teleportation. These X-Men movies have Nightcrawler that does it. Is it Nightcrawler? Yeah, I think Nightcrawler does it. It was in They Live. They had it in Stargate. Yeah, Star Trek.
In which Esau really has technology dealing with shit like that. You know, like they literally have like Stargate teleportation systems that they actually deal with underground, man. It's just hidden from the general public, but they tap into shit like that.
Yeah.
So if the Lord would allow these devils to have that kind of technology, why wouldn't He allow for His saints to be able to deal with, you know, that level of power on the right hand? You know, and for the record, you know, we're not saying that this is going to happen for every brother and sister.
No.
You know, we're just giving you just scenarios on what to expect.
It's basically to build your faith to that level of expecting a miracle to happen for you. To ask for the miracle. Hey, Lord, say give him no rest, right? Hey, Lord, I need to be delivered out of this. You know, remember when you delivered Daniel, when you delivered Habakkuk, you started going to name certain situations.
Sirach 2, who has ever trusted in the Lord and was confounded.
Exactly. That's the second 10 verse. That's right. So you gotta have that type of mentality. You gotta build your faith to that level. And it's not easy to think that, you know, that you're gonna be surrounded in chains or whatever, in jail somewhere, locked up, hungry, then all of a sudden an angel or somebody appear, a familiar face disappear out of nowhere, and then both of y'all gone, y'all somewhere safe.
You think you have Samson's strength? You know,
it's gonna be a moment where you're gonna probably feel like the Lord is really not, like, you might feel like he's forsaking you, like Yahushua did. You know, he felt in the spirit in that moment, you know, and he said, "Why have you forsaken me?" But the Lord might have it to where it might feel that way for that moment until He just out of nowhere, he just shows up and he acts, man.
Yeah.
You know,
sometimes the Lord is a drama king, man. He wants you at the edge of the cliff. All the great movies have you at the edge, and right when you go to fall over, that's when the tide turns.
That's it, man.
Yep. You hit that point.
No, it's more,
right?
It's more. Yeah. And when even was now come, his disciples went down unto the sea and entered into a ship and went over the sea towards Capernaum. And it was now dark, and Yahushua was not come to them. And the sea arose by reason of a great wind that blew. And when they had rowed about 25 or 30 furlongs, then they see Yahushua walking on the sea and drawing nigh unto the ship, and they were afraid.
Scared the shit out of them. Oh shit! Like first they saw just They probably saw like a shadow, with
Yeah.
like a garment.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
they saw his garment,
Uh-huh.
his vesture and shit. Like you see something far and it look kind of small,
Yeah, yeah.
and then the closer you get, it's getting bigger and it's coming. But you be like, man, what the but it's pitch
Nothing
black.
should be right there.
Yeah.
Anybody that's been to the ocean,
Man, it's
to the beach at night, you can't see shit. So all they saw was just that vesture coming towards them. Like, oh,
how much I had a glow,
Yeah.
a glow bottom,
Yeah.
So they saw that, but it's still pitch black dark out there.
Yep. So was that verse 18 you or 17 you
I
read?
just finished reading 19.
Read that again.
Okay.
19.
And when they had rowed about 25 or 30 furlongs, they see Yahushua walking on the sea and drawing nigh unto the ship, and they were afraid.
Let me look that up. What is 30 furlongs? I know that's like a distance of measure.
30 furlongs is like
Nautical measurement.
30 furlongs.
no, that's like I know the horse racing they run furlongs.
Oh, okay.
So that's probably like, man,
30 furlongs is 3.75 miles. So like an extra five.
Four
miles.
miles.
4 miles.
So it's like about 4 miles.
Mhm.
Yeah.
4 miles out.
So
He walked
4
up.
miles into the
Yeah.
sea.
Yeah, he walked 4 miles
Yeah.
on water.
Huh.
Sorry, I was late.
But Pete though, because
Yeah.
he met them that far out into the sea.
Right.
So you better believe that there's still more distance before you can get to the shore.
Right. Yeah.
Go ahead.
But he saith unto them, It is I, be not afraid. Then they willingly received him into the ship, and immediately the ship was at the land whither they went.
Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The moment they're only 5 miles out
Yeah.
to where they were going. Once he got there,
Once he gets there.
once he gets on the boat, now they where they was
Now
going.
now they at the other side of the shore.
Yeah. Where they was going.
No motor, none of that,
Right.
none of that stuff.
Instantly.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many of them in here.
When you start thinking, it's like, what about
Yeah.
man, so many.
The one right now that just came to mind was the one where they were in the room telling Thomas about they seen Yahushua, and then he was up there doubting and whatever, and all of a sudden Yahushua appeared in the room.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, like there's you guys can't think of this in a way that's not realistic. You have to figure out how it has to be realistic, and it's a miracle. Like he said, he had the power to manipulate the elements. That's manipulating the elements.
Mm-hmm.
That's why Esau has a form of it, because he stays on top of that periodic table, man, and working thing in that. You know,
the heart program, trying to manipulate,
mm-hmm.
The earth,
CERN, and the blue beam, and all kinds of things. He's using it to the best of his ability on the left hand side.
Yeah, man. And that's these are just different examples, man. And we're not saying this to say, it's each brother gonna be teleported when Esau come kick they. No, we ain't saying that. What we're saying is consider the power of the Most High to work in a mysterious way. When these things come upon us, the times of trouble that we're coming into. Because the Lord has to preserve His men. The Lord knows how to preserve the godly. All right, and deliver them out of their temptations.
I got
something too.
1 Corinthians 10 and 13.
I got Jeremiah.
And if I can, real quick,
It was on the comment board.
real quick, Jeremiah. John 14, verse 12. And this is what Yahushua said. It says, "Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that believeth on me, the works that I do, shall he do also, and greater works than these shall he do, because I go unto my Father."
Yep.
And that he's Yahushua is doing heavy praying, for his elect down on earth. So the Lord's gonna make sure that the Father work on our behalf to preserve us. The stuff that the apostles were doing, that was all through the power of the Lord.
Yep.
The Lord said, "Hey, you're gonna be able to do what I did, and you're gonna be able to do even greater things, man, than these." So hey, expect that, man.
Yeah.
All right.
It says suffering now basically leads to hope. It says, was from I'm thinking from Romans the 5th chapter, where it says,
Oh yeah, about experience and
working. Is that?
I'm drawing completely blank.
Yeah.
Because tribulation worketh experience.
That's Corinthians.
Yeah, Romans 5.
Romans 5.
Romans 5 and verse 2, it says,
Yeah.
by whom also we have access by faith into this grace wherein we stand and rejoice in hope of the glory of the Most High. And not only so, but we glory in tribulations also, knowing that tribulation worketh patience, and patience experience, and experience hope.
Experience hope.
And hope make them not ashamed.
Hey, going through it, hey, we're not ashamed to be expecting a miracle to save us in the day that all this goes down. And by account, from my human estimation of what's going to go down, there's going to have to be many miracles taking place on the earth. You know, different, diverse ones according to the situation and whom is being delivered. You know, or miraculously delivered in each occasion. Okay, so we can't belittle the power of the Most High, man. You have to understand that he's the all-seeing, all-knowing, and his hand is great that it may save. Okay, we can't doubt that. Just because you're by yourself in the moment, you know, you don't need this man, this big buff dude, to rise up in the cell next to you and break the wall open. Even though that can happen. It could be something like, you know, the wall just opens up for you. You walk through the wall. Who knows? You just get teleported somewhere. Who's to say?
Yeah. The same thing with, you know, dealing with if there was a famine. The brother just read in Bell and the Dragon how he teleported Daniel
to bring them food.
To feed them.
He couldn't have just teleported Daniel out the lion's den.
It was a brother that I think he was locked up or something. And he said damn, it was a lesson a while ago, maybe a few years ago, where he said, like, somehow, some way, a sandwich was brought to him.
Yeah.
I can't remember I barely remember it. Yeah. But he said he was locked up and they gave him, like, you know, in jail, they give you like ham, bologna or something. Yeah. And somehow, some way, it was a sandwich that was brought to him. Yeah.
He didn't remember how I got there either.
He didn't remember how I got there either. It was just there.
I remember that. Yeah.
Could have been an angel that just dropped the sandwich.
He didn't even see it.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I mean, man. It's hey, because the Most High, man, he works that way, man.
That's right.
You know. So hey, I don't know if y'all was you was holding something.
Yeah,
I mean, this before you close it. That's real quick.
I mean, you probably got a better one, but
I got Job 5.
Okay, so I'll go after this.
All right. This is Proverbs 2:8. He keeps the path of judgment and preserve the way of his saints.
Mm-hmm.
Then shall thou understand righteousness and judgment and equity, yea, every good path. But the point was in 2 and 8, he preserved the way of his saints.
That's right. This is the brother Kahan Allah from Hawaii. So he put Jeremiah 15:20. It says, and I will make thee unto this people a fenced brazen wall, and they shall fight against thee, and they shall not prevail against thee. But I am with thee to save thee and to deliver thee, saith the Lord Yahweh. And I will deliver thee out of the hand of the wicked, and will redeem thee out of the hand of the terrible. Woo. So how's he gonna take miraculousness to do it, man?
Yeah.
Okay. So we can't belittle the power, man. Okay, he said he was going to do it. We have to earn the ability to ask for him to do it for us in prayer.
Well, we always talk about the guillotine.
Mm-hmm.
It's somehow, some way, it's going to be brothers that's going to be delivered from the guillotine.
Right.
We don't know how it's going to happen, whether the blade breaks, you know, who knows? But the Heavenly Father is going to deliver those from, and that's just one situation that we know that's going to happen. We know that's, you know, they're bringing the guillotine back and all these different types of you know, killing devices, you know, bringing back certain death penalties and stuff. So you know,
it is Job 5 and 19. It says, he shall deliver thee in 6 troubles, Yeah, and 7, there shall no evil touch thee. In famine he shall redeem thee from death.
So this, I'm glad you read this one last, because this one encapsulates everything that he's generally going to do for us in these last days.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you have to expect these things to happen no matter what situation. It may not be a physical killing death type situation that approaches you, but just famine of you starving to death.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you got it out.
It says, in famine he shall redeem thee from death, and in war from the power of the sword.
Mm-hmm.
Thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue, neither shalt thou be afraid of destruction when it cometh.
Mm-hmm.
At destruction and famine thou shalt laugh, neither shalt thou be afraid of the beast of the earth.
Yeah, the destruction and famine thou shalt laugh.
And,
and what can you say to us if we're rejoicing in the name of Yahweh Shah?
yeah, like, and the men who's gonna experience this, these are gonna be the same men who has that tawaf.
That's right. The mark of
The angels are gonna the angels are gonna know who the men of the Lord are, and they're gonna shield them.
That's right.
They're gonna put the spirit on animals, not to attack them.
Yep.
They're gonna be working their work, man. Yeah. It says, neither shalt thou be afraid of the beast of the earth, for thou shalt be in league with the stones of the field, and the beast of the field shall be at peace with thee. And thou shalt know that thy tabernacle shall be in peace, and thou shalt visit thy habitation and shalt not sin.
Yep.
Right? Yeah.
Right. The tabernacle shall be in peace, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Ultimately, we're gonna be changed, and we're gonna be in peace because we're no longer going to be susceptible to incorruption.
Yeah.
We ain't gonna be able to go off anymore.
Yeah.
No, we ain't gonna go through sorrow.
The threat of death won't be there no more.
God.
That life hanging in doubt, that won't be there.
Hey, honestly, and that's how what Yahweh said was true when he said there's gonna be some of you that shall not taste of death.
Yep.
So these things are gonna be happening to you until you preserved into your new body, where basically death is pretty much over with.
Yeah.
That's done. You've been upgraded.
Yep.
Hey, man. So these are things to build faith with, man.
Yeah.
These are things to comfort yourself. The Lord said, "Be of good cheer, man."
That's right.
Yeah, sure. Things it's finna get hot.
Yeah.
We know it ain't gonna be easy at all, man.
Yeah.
That's why we need this kind of comfort, man.
That's right.
Jake out there, they're gonna go crazy.
They don't
He
know.
already losing it.
Yeah.
You
got nothing. All he knows is gun.
Yeah.
You got Esau out there popping motherfuckers just for shoveling snow in his yard.
Yeah, man, that's wild, man.
I knew he was going to get the big gun.
And but the thing about it is, he was already on edge.
Yeah.
He was already on edge, so it was that day or whatever pushed him over the edge. And a lot of these Edomites are already on edge with Biden and all this and everything going on, anti-vaxxers. So it's only a matter of time for these Edomites to begin to bug out more and more every day.
What was that movie with Michael Douglas? When he bugged out, he just had the worst day of his life. Bugged out.
I know you talking about.
Man, he just started shooting up everything. Everything was going wrong. I can't think of the name of the movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what Esau's at that point in his life now.
And we're gonna have to be delivered from this nigga.
Yeah,
this nigga is such in a rage right now because everything is in shambles for him.
Right.
He that old
stay
spirit, that hatred, that same hatred that Esau had when he was, I'm gonna kill my brother Jacob.
Yeah.
That's hopping back on.
That's the only thing he knows to get himself to feel a little bit better.
Yeah.
I'm about to go take some Jakes out.
Yep.
God, man.
Yep.
And I don't know if any brothers got anything else. But there was a post that a sister had made. We kind of breezed over it. The sister said she had a dream. Yeah. I'll read it real quick.
Yep.
Oh, she retracted it. Damn.
No, I remember what it said.
Yeah.
He said she had a
Princess Ha'amo Mayan Hana 777.
Yeah, she had a dream. I read it and I kind of basically remember where she basically said she had a dream that 3 troops was about to rape her.
Yeah.
And a member of GMS showed up that had spiritual power and saved her.
God.
Was basically what the post was.
God. And that was probably a vision.
Yeah.
The scriptures say that the Lord is going to pour out His Spirit upon all flesh. That even the daughters are going to prophesy, dream dreams. Right. So scenarios like that you might see in your dream, which might be a vision. And hey, who knows, man? You might be delivered. Certain sisters, they're going to be delivered from afflictions.
That's right.
It's going to happen. You should be saved through childbearing. So certain sisters they want to be saved.
Yeah. There's a big number of people that still need to be saved.
Man.
Hey, and that's spiritual, because Esau, this beast, he's getting ready to try to rape the Lord's woman.
Yeah.
He about to try to put his chip into us and make us his property.
Trying to inseminate his chip in us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
The Lord like, no, you ain't finna defile my virgins. Them is my wives, man. And he gonna come with his miraculous power and deliver his woman, man.
Something what it said. What it saying now? Second Esdras, the second chapter said, have not been defiled. They're still so stiffly for the name of Yahweh Bashim Shah. But in Revelation it said
they were not defiled.
They were not defiled with women.
Yeah. So that the sister having that dream, hey, that's just a scenario that the Lord could possibly put in your head to expect. If you really truly believe and your faith is where it needs to be, expect deliverance, man. Give me Sirach. We can end off on this Sirach 33 and 1.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 33, and verse 1. There shall no evil happen unto him that feareth the Lord, but in temptation, even again, he will deliver him.
Yeah,
that was his point. Yeah.
That's plain.
Yeah.
Even in temptation, he will deliver him.
He's going to deliver his basically his elect. But you're going to have men, you're going to have women, and even children. So hey, man, just this is just a lesson just to build you brothers and you sisters faith, to comfort you, to give you assurance. Like the Lord told us to be of good cheer, man. The Lord said, hey, in the world you shall have tribulation, but be of good cheer. I overcame the world. We're going to overcome this devil, man.
That's right.
And it is not by our own means that we're going to get the victory. No, our faith is going to give us that victory.
Right.
All right.
I was just going to say, we do put out a lot of videos of bad things happening and going and leading to even worse things, in a lot of our videos. But these videos are more important also, because it says through the terror of the Lord we persuade men. So we want to make you afraid of that terror, to see that what's coming, and then be admonished to get into this safe zone. So
we want you to fear the Lord first and foremost.
There it is.
Don't fear the things, the martial law, and the things that are to come. Fear the Lord first and foremost, and then all those things that you once feared in the world, that'll be nothing.
That's right. Because He'll protect you out of it.
That's it. So hey, Lord willing, you brothers and you sisters viewing were edified. We're gonna give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash, double honors to the elder apostles of the great millstone with well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect tabernacle of David. And we're gonna say Shalom, Warabakatham. Shalom.
Shalom.